Welcome, Clint. Great to have
Yes,
you on.
thank you very much.
So, you're known as a CX leader who's navigated major transformations. Can you give our audience a relatable introduction to what it is you do and particularly what you love helping to solve for clients in today's AI driven environments?
There's a lot of value in taking old traditional CX techniques and applying them using new technology like AI and understanding how you can deliver what the things are that you still need to get out of those old traditional techniques
Yes.
in a new and really fast and innovative way. That's what I really like at what I'm doing at the moment.
So, the research shows that 71% of CX leaders plan to focus on agent facing AI in the next 12 to 24 months due to higher risk of customer facing deployments. Why does that matter for CX leaders and why now?
You think about back to the early 2000s and the IVR became the sort of technology du jour. Everybody wanted an IVR. Everybody needed an IVR. And to a large extent, today we still suffer with that because there is nothing more frustrating in the world than being stuck in an IVR that doesn't get you anywhere or doesn't get you to an agent, and you're just forever in a loop. They still exist today. They've not gone anywhere, and
Yes.
the focus has shifted. Now we've shifted from the old tried and tested tools that were really messing up our customer experience. We've just left them in place, and now we're trying to find new tools in their place to, I suppose, to replace them. The reality of it all is that an AI or a chatbot or something in a customer facing environment has a very real danger of just recreating the
Yeah.
IVR nightmare that we all had to live through in the early 2000s that hasn't left us in 20 years.
Yes.
I think that a better strategy is certainly to think about enablement with AI before you actually think about deployment of AI to your customer forefront or your customer coalface.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I also think there's so many unknowns and you don't know what you don't know when you deploying it to your customer that you tend to undervalue the importance of having the right things in place and you don't know what you need in place until it really starts working. And I think that is why a lot of companies start customer facing AI and switch it off in a couple of weeks or months and then first recalibrate where they should be going. Now, I think that's where agent facing AI is very important to understand what it is you need to know before deploying customer facing AI.
One better, in fact. I think agent facing AI is your second step.
Okay.
I personally believe that you need to treat your AI. If you're going to get an AI, you need to treat your AI like a child, like it's a brand new human you're bringing into the world. You
Yes.
started off nursery school, and at nursery school and primary school, you send it to go learn about your business. Take AI and automate back end processes. The things that are
Yes.
resource heavy in your back end, the processes that are customer experience minefields. Get your AI working on those processes to automate those experiences, to make those experiences smoother. Let it learn what your business is all about by automating your back-end processes. Use machine learning, that kind of stuff, and make it really fundamentally understand the core of your business. When it understands the core of your business, get your AI to help your agents. This is where you're talking about agent facing AI. Then step
Yes.
two, to deploy that AI to help your agents. And when your AI has learned everything it can do from your backend processes, and it's done its time helping your agents help customers. Then's the time that you can take a mature AI that understands your business and put it into the front office and allow it to talk to your customers. Treat it like a child. Send it to school
Yes.
first, then university, and when it's a fully fledged adult, then you can send it to your clients.
Brilliant. I think that's a great take. And I think often we think it is that magic bullet, but with a child not being trained, it can't go into workplace. So you need to take that AI on a journey. And I think how you phrase it, how you positioning it makes a lot of sense. So let's say you've completed step one and you've trained it and you are now looking at those agent facing AI applications. Can you give us three practical agent facing AI applications that are delivering amazing results right now?
Yeah, look, I think that as you transition, the agent first is really around risk mitigation, control testing, and foundation building. I think that those are the three things that are the reasons to go for agent-based AI before you put it into your customer base. And these things are really starting to deliver real value in organizations across the world. It's a crawl, walk, run with AI rather than just throwing it out there and
Yes.
hoping for the best, like we did with IVRs.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So let's go a little bit deeper, and I want to see if we can maybe unpack one real example where agent-facing AI led to measurable results like improved efficiency or higher satisfaction or reduced cost. Can you maybe walk us through one example of how it really works, how it's implemented, so that we can get more practical?
Yeah, I mean, here's the long and the short of it is that you put a bunch of agents in front of a customer, they're going to be dealing with not one problem. They deal with a myriad of problems, and there are many, many different things that they need to tackle at any given moment. Your best and first place to be to help for an AI to help out an agent is to sort through all the information that they need to be able to access that customer base. So it's really about giving them, a little bit of a break from this high intensity. What do I need to know
Yes.
to be able to help a customer?
Yes.
It's real time information access to the stuff that they need. I think that it's really significantly simple to understand what kind of win you can achieve with that. You're getting cost reduction. It's easier on the employees. You're getting better service from customers. Handling time should go down, in fact, because you're looking at times that what an agent would ordinarily be looking on the phone seeking information. The AI is helping them bring that information to the fore. So, I mean, there are some real practical examples. You look at cost reductions of 15%. Satisfaction in employees is going up a good 20%. There's satisfaction with customers also improving. There's reduction in handling time around 10%. It's a win-win all the way around.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now, so I mean, I think it's really compelling what you just said, and just reflecting on that, I think there's so much value in spinning up these what they call co-pilots nowadays that help your agents, and I think if a lot of effort is put into that, then as AI is helping your agents, it is a much more seamless journey then to understand what it will need to help your clients directly. So it seems like a no-brainer that co-pilots for agents is the next best step. Do
Yeah.
you perhaps have some sort of a bit of a process that you can maybe just unpack it to make it practical? So how can someone or how can leaders actually implement this next week, sort of making it easy and practical?
Well, it's always going to be a sort of an 8-week kind of a plan to get something like this spun up. You're going to start with an assessment, the foundational assessment to understand what the gaps are, what you need. You'll pick your agent pool that you're going to work with in that particular instance. Then you're going to deploy it for your top 10, top 15, top 20 most searched for things in the agent world, and then allow that to just settle in over an 8-week period or so, refine the base that's being worked on, add 2 or 3 more additional use cases, and just see what this does to your things like AHT, quality scores, your agent satisfaction. Give a little bit of time to settle in. So you're looking at probably, I would think, somewhere between 2 and 10 weeks, 8 weeks, basically.
Brilliant, brilliant. So I think a lot of the questions I sometimes get back from talking to clients is how do you prove that return on investment? And I think at the moment with generative AI costs, clients are hesitant to spend money on pilots, and the token costs all add up to run these tests, to run these research and development projects. Do you have any pointers you can give around optimizing for return on investment or how to go about it? Do you have any inputs into that or feedback or perspectives?
Yeah, the one thing I've learned just working with people, to be fair, is that there's this concept that we think of ourselves as me first when it comes to AI. Nobody's done it before. And maybe that's true from a customer point of view. Maybe that's true from your competitor point of view. But one thing you must never lose sight of is that as much as you are going to use AI, so is your customer. And they're going to find
Yes,
ways to use AI to get around you. So if you're
absolutely.
not in the game, you're losing the game. You can't win a game that you're not playing. And you absolutely
Yes,
have to be thinking about how to engage with your customers in an AI world, because this isn't actually about you deploying AI. Think about it as your client is using AI to communicate with you. They're using AI
yes,
to write the emails. They're using AI to connect with you on your WhatsApp chats. They're using AI to understand your product base. They know more about you with the help of AI than you do if you're actually not in the game at this point.
absolutely. The consumers of today is more empowered with technology than what companies are, and I think that that creates a very interesting dynamic. So that's a very interesting shift happening.
Back in the day, we had IVRs. Not one single one of our customers had an IVR to compete with us. We were the only
Yes,
ones that had
absolutely,
held. That's not true of AI.
absolutely.
It's on your
No,
desktop and
no.
your all the access, the same access you do. You can't win in a game you're not partaking in.
Absolutely. So as Netflix and all these on-demand services got introduced, you had a customer expectation that they don't have to wait for anything to watch a TV series. If I want it, I press a button and I have it. So it created this whole on-demand culture. And as they phoning contact centers and engaging in customer experience channels, they're expecting this on-demand culture. But now not only that, it's introducing the complexity that you should have technology already to service my on-demand needs because I am already using it for my on-demand needs. And I think it just layers that complexity in terms of what is expected from brands going forward.
You think you're competing in your sector. I've got bad news for you. You're not. When you are taking a payment from, if you are, for example, a hardware store around the corner and you're taking a payment online from a customer, you're not competing with another hardware store. You are competing with the fact that your bank or your customer's bank is the most efficient and secure way to make a payment. They've established a
Yes,
standard in the market. The bank has established the market and the standard.
yes,
You, as the hardware store, have to meet it. Anything
yes,
less than that was
absolutely.
not accept. So you're looking at things like you compete with banks when you talk about payments, you compete with Discovery and eBucks and UCount and that kind of stuff when it comes to rewards. You're competing with 60/60 when it comes to deliveries. You don't compete in your sector anymore, you compete anywhere. And the same is true of
Well,
AI.
so true. It's the conversations that's going on in our consumers, in our clients' mind today. When you're competing, it's like, why can they do that, but why
And you
can't you do that? And you can't do it. So that's going to become much more of a norm. That expectation is a lot higher these days. Thanks so much, Clint, for your insight. Just to close off, what's the one thing every CX leader listening needs to understand as we move into the age of AI and as it accelerates at a, let's call it a breakneck speed? What's the one thing they need to know?
Well, you can't be in a race. You can't win in a race that you're not in. Don't think about it as you are competing with other people. Your customers already got AI. They're already working with it.
Yes,
And start small. Think of your AI
yes,
like a human being. Send it to school first and then put it in front of your customers. Otherwise, you're just going to create another stumbling block. It needs to enable
brilliant.
experiences, not hamper them.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Clint. I really enjoyed our chat and hoping we get on a call soon again to have more of these conversations that will help our CX leaders solve their pain points and just know how to implement these strategies more practically. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Keep well, Werner.